Hello, this is the TradeSight Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 23rd of February 2014 and ending Friday, the 28th. That'll wrap February for 2014 already, 1/6 of the way through the year after this week. Had a very boring week once again in the Forex pairs. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart, and you can see that we went basically nowhere. Again, we're still stuck under this 13 sell signal, but we have now completed a 9-bar move to the downside, which kind of means that signal has worn its welcome out. It's done. So it did work, but it didn't move as far, but that was to be expected because when we got the signal, I commented on the fact that it wasn't really extended. As you can see, we had kind of gone flat and managed to get the signal. So now we've got a new static trend line on the upside right here, which just puts us in a tighter range than before, and then the red static trend line below. Be nice to get out of these ranges sometime, right? That's what we're waiting for. Let's take a look at the euro-dollar daily chart. Nothing new here. Did very little this week. We'll look at the intraday ranges, but it has a new 9-bar setup, so there's a new static trend line here. Stuck between the two, and it's been right here for 5 months or so. Here's the pound dollar. Really didn't do anything. By the way, I'll point out that the euro dollar had 25 pips of range overnight one night this week, which is horrible. And here is the Aussie dollar. We tracked this too. Didn't do much as well. So nothing in any of those that would interest us. Now, here is the euro dollar to start with in 30-minute bars. Now remember, Monday was a bank holiday, so this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, which was the bank holiday. If you want to see where we started for the week, I can tighten this up just a little bit. So there's where we closed last week. So the net for the week is we gained about 30-40 pips on the euro. By the way, the range for the entire week, take a good look at this because this is the first time we've seen it. We've been waiting for these ranges to improve, these intraday ranges. That's the range from the high to the low of the day. Usually, on average, historically over the years, the euro dollar 120 to 130 pips of range per day. Take a good look at this chart because the entire week was between 37.70 and 36.90 basically. That is 80 pips of range for the entire week. And in fact, I talked about Thursday night. Look at this range for in prime time for the European markets. We were stuck in just this horrifying range of like 20 pips on the euro dollar. I don't remember seeing that. Obviously on the bank holiday, you can get that, which you saw on Monday. Tuesday we moved up, but the rest of the week very flat. Here's a look at the pound, and wow. I mean, that's just not tradable. I feel very fortunate that we pulled a couple winners out this week because, and we had a couple nights when nothing triggered really. So, but this is just in general not tradable. I mean, there's just no range there. Look at the entire session or the entire week on the pound. It's barely 200 pips. At least that's better than the euro. Here's the Aussie, trapped in about 120 pip range for the session. So nothing new to report in terms of activity there, but let's take a look at the economic data coming out this week. Now remember, we had a short week, and we did just have options expiration on Friday, so that didn't help. But now that's behind us. So let's take a look at what lies ahead, as they say, in the week starting this Sunday. So Sunday night, New Zealand credit card spending. Monday morning, Europe's German IFO business climate, CPI out of Europe. We got flash services PMI out of the U.S. in the morning, CSPI out of Japan, CB leading index out of China at night, and inflation expectations out of New Zealand. Going into Tuesday, we've got the German final GDP for the fourth quarter. We got nationwide HPI out of the UK, Italian retail sales, BBA mortgage approvals out of the UK, CBI realized sales out of the UK. We've got economic forecasts out of Europe, corporate profits out of Canada in the morning here in the U.S. Our HPI, consumer confidence number, Richmond manufacturing index, and a speech from a Fed member. Then you jump till Tuesday night. One data point is just construction work done out of Australia. They actually call it just construction work done. Never seen that one before. Moves us to Wednesday. Minor data. We got the secondary GDP number out of the UK. German 30-year bond auction. New home sales and our crude oil inventories over here in the U.S. Wednesday morning. Trade balance and visitor arrivals Wednesday night out of New Zealand. And then private capital expenditures out of Australia. Rolls us into Thursday. Switzerland's GDP. Europe's Germany's import prices and preliminary CPI. Switzerland's employment level. Germany's unemployment. and then the money supply and private loan data out of broad Europe, along with the Italian 10-year bond auction. Current account out of Canada in the morning. U.S. we've got durable orders and unemployment claims, and then natty gas. We've got building consents out of New Zealand, and then a bunch of Japanese data, manufacturing PMI, household spending, CPI, unemployment rate, preliminary industrial production, and retail sales. New Zealand's business confidence number. Housing starts out of Japan, German retail sales, French consumer spending. We've got unemployment data out of Italy going into Friday. CPI and unemployment rate right here. This is a big part right here, not for the U.S., but for Europe at least, to have both the CPI and the unemployment rate right up against each other. 5 a.m. Eastern Time, Friday morning. GDP out of Canada, preliminary GDP out of the U.S. That's the second look. Remember, January you get the first look, so this is for fourth quarter. Not as important of a number as the first look. Chicago PMI, Michigan sentiment, second look, and for the month of February, pending home sales, more Fed member speeches, manufacturing PMI out of China. So that is it for the week. Now, interestingly, none of our big three in there, and not much else that we need to prepare for. So it's just a straightforward trading week, no options expiration. The one thing I would point out, doesn't typically have as much impact on Forex, but it is the end of month on Friday. That has a lot more impact on stocks and futures. Everybody have a great trading week. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal 11, and we will be in the lab calling it as we always do, hoping to make you some money. Have a good time.